Alright, hello. Let's get the obvious out of the way. Yes, I have bright purple hair now. For the obvious follow-up question, no, I'm not mentally stable. Let's move on. I learnt 7 simul yesterday. Here's how that went. So I wanted to improve a clock for a while, and at this point I've gotten pretty fast at flip, and I don't really feel like doing thousands of sols and upping my TPS to improve. So I just decided to learn 7 simul instead, and this is what that is. So I learned 7 simul Tommy, which I'm pretty sure is better than B-Pole, and I don't care if it's not. I'm not learning anything else. The learning process was actually pretty simple because I already know Lou and Sheeran. But yeah, it just takes a lot of practice to get used to it first because it's a lot more you have to memorize than for Lou and for Sheeran. And actually, I have this notebook which just has all of the notes I took from the video. Are we filming? Okay, yes. It's got like the fucking memo and the execution, and then just me writing down my memo and stuff. That was actually really helpful. So yeah, first of all, after I learnt the method, I just did some sols, writing down the memo, just so I'd have one last thing to worry about. So here's that you're watching now. And it was really difficult at first. It took me like 10 tries to get a success. I'm pretty sure they were all memo errors. But it also probably was just because it was sort of really late at night when I was learning. It was literally like 11:30 p.m. But it's fine. So I did a little bit of that for like 20 minutes or something. And then I tried a few sols where I'd actually try and memo it, not writing it down. Here's how that. Yeah, not very well. So today, I decided to just do a session first thing in the morning with just not worrying about 15 seconds inspection and just solve, but with not writing down the memo. But I did have, like, if I can find it, I wrote down this sheet, which has, there's no way you could have seen that, but it has all of the conversions of numbers to letters, because for 7 simul, because there's so much to remember, you group it into words like you do for blind, and that is a different code than I was used to than from Sheeran, where you only have to memorize 4 things, so you can just keep it as numbers. So that got a while to get used to. So that's what I was doing this morning. So yeah, I was just doing it all over again.
Just wanna do it all over again. I wish I could do this all over again. I take back every word I said. I just wanna do this all over again. Are you sure that's what you meant? What if we did this all over again? I take back every word I said. Deep down I know it's what you meant. I know I can't do this all over again.
My success rate was pretty low, but it felt good that I was able to like actually keep the memory stuff in my mind, memorization in my mind. Because yeah, the memo starts off easy with the first 4 things you have to memo, but once you get to the end, it's really long and complicated. So keeping everything in my memory while also having to do a ton of like carryover calculations. It's basic addition and subtraction, but it's harder than you think, okay? Okay, it's not. I'm just dumb. And then that like really took a lot out on my mental. And then so I took like a couple hours break and I came back and I did like another 50 solves or something. Did like 50 solves per session. Which is, I think, the biggest barrier that you have to overcome when switching from flip to 7 simul, because with flip I could easily knock out like 300 solves in an hour in a session, right? Because it's like 5 seconds inspection, you just plan like your crosses and then you just do it and you don't have to memorize anything. But this, it's like at this point I'm still taking like 20 to 30 seconds to memorize, and it's still quite taxing on my brain. So after 50 solves my brain just gets like fucking fried. and my success rate was definitely going a lot better for most of it. At the end, it definitely started to go down again, which I think is probably just mental decay, until I got this. It's 77. Alright, I'll end it there. Pretty good session. So I was able to get a sub 10. That was my first sub 10 with 7 simul. And I was actually really proud of that. It was 8 something. I'll have it written on screen here. I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've done for the first 2 days with 7 simul. I have a couple comps coming up that have clock, and I highly doubt I'll be good enough at 7 simul to justify using that officially. So those comps I will probably be using flip. So I have to try and balance practicing 7 simul and practicing flip. But after the second comp, the Albany comp, I have no competitions after that announced that have clock. So I'm just going to main 7 simul after that. So yeah, this is the start of my 7 simul journey. I will keep you updated with a new video in like a couple days to a week maybe, probably for the pre-competition video for those, even though I will be using flip, but it doesn't really matter. There's not really much more I can do at the moment. I could have watched some example sols or learnt how to do 7 simul from any like orientation, because I was still just doing it with 12 o'clock at the top. But those will probably come with the next video. But I learnt 7 simul, and that's all I really wanted to achieve, and have some form of competence with the method. So this series will have absolutely no quality to it. Less than usual for this channel. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.